What's going on, guys? I'm back with another video. Today we have another shelf spotlight, and this is going to be a little bit of a unique one because, as you can see, I am talking about a show and not a movie. Now, obviously, The Office, as you can see, one of the best shows I've ever watched. I just watched through it for the first time, and I figured I'd make a video talking about how I felt, especially about the ending, what I loved about the show, what I didn't like about the show, which is absolutely nothing because I loved everything about this show. And yeah, so let me know down below if you've seen The Office. What are your thoughts? Are you gonna agree or disagree with anything that I say? Obviously I should say it at the end, but let me know anything down below about The Office. I'd love to chat about it. Now, there are 9 seasons. I only have 2 seasons in front of me because I have been borrowing them from a friend, pretty much 2 seasons at a time. And like I mentioned, just finished it, so obviously at the last 2 seasons here. But like I said, this was one of the best experiences. Well, I didn't say that. I said it was one of the best shows I've ever seen, but this is one of the best experiences I've ever had watching a TV show. Now, going into the show, I was not entirely sure as to how I would feel because before my friend recommended me watching this, I was under the impression that it was a show like a sitcom where there's a laugh track, like a Friends type of show, but I was entirely wrong. This was an actual show with a story and it was just all around a phenomenal experience. Now, for me, I think my favorite part about this show was the character development along with the storyline. I think they go hand in hand with one another. And as you can see, you got a lot of the main people in front. You got Pam, you got Dwight, Jim, Toby, Andy, Aaron, Oscar, Daryl, Nellie, Kevin. I mean, if you like, especially in the last season, there's a couple of episodes where you start to understand that the whole point of the show is it's a documentary. So you're watching a show that is about a documentary. So the people in the show are on another show, if that makes sense. They're being filmed for a show in the show. And you kind of see that with the last season, and you kind of get to see a lot of the old clips from season 1, season 2, stuff like that. And you kind of see how the character started and how they ended, and it was just, oh my god, this is, the character development is amazing because you get to pretty much grow with all of these characters. And I think the great example is Jim and Pam. Obviously, the lovers on the show, the best relationship on the show. Obviously, if you've seen the show, sorry for the spoilers, but they didn't start out together. They started out friends in the office, and you really just get to watch them grow along with everybody else. But this is a good example because they started out as friends. Then they kind of confess their love for each other. Doesn't really work out at the beginning. And then they finally get together. They've been dating. And then all of a sudden they get married. Jim proposes to her at a gas station. And then they're married. Then you find out that she's pregnant. And then they have a kid. And then they have another kid. And throughout this whole thing, it's just, they're such a happy couple. And it's amazing to see 2 people actually in love. Now, obviously, they're not actually in love. It's all fake. It's a TV show. But yeah, getting to watch, especially them 2 grow, but along with everybody else. I mean, Andy, from how he started out as I thought he was weird at the beginning when he was first introduced, because he was originally at the other branch, not Scranton, and then they had a merger, and then he started out, he was trying to mirror, what did he call it? He called it, what did he call it with Michael? Personality mirroring, where he's trying to fake what he's feeling. And then he kind of grew on me. Who else? Meredith's character development, starting out as a uptight girl, and then she's with Dwight on the side, and then she's with Andy at the same time as Dwight. She's cheating on both of them with each other. And then she has a kid with Dwight, but then she says it's not Dwight's because she's she's married to a gay senator. And then in the end, you know, she finally comes around and says, I'm in love with Dwight, and then they finally get together in the end. Again, sorry for the spoilers. I mean, if you haven't seen the show by now, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stanley's great. Phyllis is great. Creed finally got what he deserved in the end. After all the criminal shit he did throughout the show, he goes off where he belongs. But Creed, nonetheless, great character, funny, the criminal of The Office. Kevin, loved Kevin. He was kind of a big, goofy guy throughout the entirety of the show. Meredith, I mean, again, the character development, the storylines, phenomenal with this show. I guess what else did I like about the show besides that? I mean, I guess the story itself, because by the end of the show, I was genuinely sad. And I actually made a video talking about how I feel when I start a show, and then, you know, I'll link it up in the right-hand corner, but by the end of the show, I was kind of rushing through it a little bit, and as each episode went by in season 9, I was just getting sadder and sadder, because I didn't want it to end. I just didn't want that last episode to show up, and then I'd have no more Office. You know what I mean? In season 9, there were a couple of moments when I teared up. I swear to God, when Jim and Pam are kind of going through it a little bit, and he professes his love for her by showing her that video. You know, that was a little sore on the eyes. What else? What else happened? Obviously, in season 7, when Michael left, that was a sad episode where him and Jim are sitting in the office. And Jim's like, no, I'll see you tomorrow, even though you won't see him tomorrow. Jim's tearing up. I'm like, holy fuck, I'm about to cry, because Michael is about to leave, and he comes back in the last episode. Though he kind of sees all his kids all grown, all marrying each other, as he says. I mean, how the best thing a parent could want is all their kids growing up and marrying each other. You know what I mean? Like, what parent wouldn't want that? Yeah, I mean, this is definitely caught me by surprise, this show. Again, I loved it. It's not a show that I would necessarily want to watch again, but it is 100% a show that I wish I could watch again for the first time. It is one of those shows that... and also, the comedy aspect of this show. This show was absolutely hilarious. I didn't think it was going to be that funny either, but Dwight... oh my God. He had me cracking up I don't know how many times. Him and Michael, and then obviously Jim and Dwight go at it, but Jim, Dwight, and Michael had me cracking up throughout the entirety of the show. I remember the one episode where I'm laughing. Michael was thinking about jumping off the roof of the building onto a bouncy house. No, he was going to jump off onto a trampoline, and he throws a watermelon off. And as he's throwing a watermelon down, he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. The watermelon hits the trampoline, goes maybe 20 feet in the air, and crashes down on the car. And the camera just pans to his face, and you could see that he was about to make the worst decision of his life. And then he obviously backs out of that. That was hilarious. Again, Dwight and Jim's pranks, top notch, hilarious. Yeah, I mean, I guess some of my favorite characters, if I had to pick 5 favorite characters, Dwight, Jim, Pam, and then I'd probably throw Michael in there. Obviously, they're all the main characters, but maybe if I liked Erin. Erin was fun. She was definitely the most innocent out of the bunch, and I kind of felt bad for her because Andy treated her like shit, but then she ended up with Pete. Pete was nice to her, so she kind of got that. Well, she was with Gabe for a little bit, but Gabe was I wasn't a big fan of Gabe. Gabe's actually on this one. Gabe's up here. Let's see who else. Oh, Robert California, James Spader. Speaking of James Spader, Crash, Criterion movie. Bizarre movie. Once I saw James Spader, I was like, holy shit. Didn't even know James Spader was going to be in this show. I actually have another movie. I think he's in Sex, Lies, and Videotapes as well. James Spader, let's see. Yes, he is. James Spader is in that film as well. So if you're a big James Spader fan, I just showed you 2 of his films in the Criterion Collection. So yeah, his characters here. Ryan and Kelly, they're... Let me tell you something. They deserved each other, and they definitely showed that in the final episode of the show. Everything that they were going through together throughout the entirety of the show came through in the end, and they lived happily ever after, I guess. So yeah, I mean, I guess my least favorite character, I didn't like Toby. I just didn't like Toby. He was a little weird. He was trying to get with Pam for a little bit, but I wanted Jim to be with Pam, so that's why I didn't like him. But then the last season, he was being all weird with Nellie, or was it Nellie, I think her name is? Yeah, he was being weird with her. He's just a weird character. I wasn't a fan of him, but then I guess that's a good thing because he's acting really well. So props to him for that. But yeah, let me know down below. Hopefully this video makes sense. I don't even know what I was talking about, but yeah, this show's great. I definitely recommend it, 10 out of 10. But yeah, let me know down below if you've seen it, what you think of it, who your favorite characters are. Do you have a favorite episode, favorite season? Do you have anything to say about the show? I'd love to hear about it down below. But that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned till next one, and make sure to keep your shelves worthy.